We are facing police officer shortages all throughout the country. And I wonder why. When the Democrats create a culture of hate and fear towards our men and women who wear the badge, who in their right mind would want to be a police officer in today's day and age? It's just not worth it. And so now that we hear that the Pittsburgh Police Department, they're basically shutting down from the hours of 3 and 7. There's not going to be any police officers at the police stations down there. And they're not going to respond to any calls, including theft, harassment, criminal mischief, and burglary alarms. What does that tell you? You better be well armed so you can defend you, your family, your property. That is what the Democrats want, is chaos. And so what do you think is going to happen when there's the illegal immigrant uprising when President Trump gets in the office? Because that's what they're planning to do, folks. I will continue to shine light on that situation because they are strategically putting all of these illegal immigrants in throughout our country. And what do you think is going to happen when President Trump starts evicting all these folks? There's going to be uprising, and then all the corporate media is going to be there shining a camera saying that President Trump is taking families and they're kicking them out of the country and he's separating families. You can already see their hot garbage narrative, not to mention the tens of thousands of evil, horrible people that probably mingled in with some of these illegal immigrants. Because I'm saying right now, not all the illegal immigrants are bad, but my goodness gracious, there are some of them that are bad actors. This is just the beginning.
What was the big takeaway today?
Yeah, Susan, residents of the city will see a major change in the way police respond. They will no longer respond to calls that aren't considered in-progress emergency. That means calls like criminal mischief, theft, harassment, and most burglary alarms will all be handled by an enhanced telephone reporting unit. That means residents will file a police report over the phone. Officers will not respond unless it's an emergency. Also, between the hours of 3 a.m. and 7 a.m., there will be no officers at any of the 6 stations throughout the city. Call boxes that link directly to 911 have been installed for people to use in case of an emergency. And during the overnight shift, there will be as few as 20 officers to cover the entire city. The chief said today the data supports that.
Yes, it's enough to cover the entire city in those hours when we have 8% of the time people are calling. I'm confident in the decisions that we make that it impacts this bureau and the city in a much better way than we have in the past.
Now, the chief also acknowledging today that some of these changes are due to staffing shortages. He's down to 740 officers, well below the 850 they would like to have. Now, coming up new at 5, residents, city council, and the police union all weighing in on these big changes that begin Monday. Live in the studio, Rick Earl, Channel 11 News.